September 11, 2001. Just mentioning that date evokes a range of emotions, and for many it's a reminder of where they were that day, who they were with, and how it changed their lives.
For some, it was more personal than others. As Hampton Roads remembers, Telling Your Side's David Culver talked to one Virginia Beach man who refuses to forget.
Well, I was at work, and I was sitting at my desk. It was just a normal day. And somebody said, "Kevin, you need to come take a look. A commercial airline accidentally crashed into the World Trade Center." We didn't have a television in our office, so I went downstairs to where I knew there was a television. And right about that time, the second airplane went in. And that's when I knew it wasn't just an accident.
Kevin DeBona lives and works in Virginia Beach, but on 9/11, his heart and mind were immediately in New York City.
When you see those planes go in, you're thinking of, on the top of your head?
A lot of people. Obviously, Jimmy was my first concern because my sister was married to him, but I thought of everybody who was there. And
Jimmy, or James Connor, worked for Sandler O'Neill on the 104th floor of the South Tower. Jimmy, a part of DeBona's family in more ways than one. He was married to DeBona's older sister, Jamie. The three were in school together at William & Mary.
Sure.
Jimmy, a few years older than Kevin, both in the same fraternity.
It was a very close relationship. We were all very close friends. They were married in New York City, and everyone was there from the fraternity. So it was a very tight, I would say, a very tight bond that goes all the way back to school.
As terrorists attacked the U.S., DeBona began to process what was happening and where Jimmy was.
I think my family was a little bit in shock, but I knew, based upon where the aircraft went into the tower, that unless he was already on his way out, that it was very unlikely that there was any way he could get out.
One thing that did get out that day, a phone call, and from someone DeBona also knew who worked in the same office as Jimmy.
One of my fraternity brothers was able to call his wife, and it was the only correspondence that I know of from the Sandler O'Neill floor, and he told his wife that they were all together, that they weren't going to be able to get out, and then the transmission was cut.
Jimmy was gone. His wife left to raise two boys without their dad. DeBona lost not only Jimmy, but also several of Jimmy's co-workers, all part of the same tribe fraternity.
On top of losing him, I also lost a lot of my best friends on the same day. Jimmy was larger than life. I mean, he was a person who people were immediately drawn to. He had great charisma. I would say there's not a day that goes by where we don't talk about him or think about him or laugh about him. And I think that's what he would have wanted.
David Culver reporting there. Kevin DeBona and his family left this morning for New York City. On Sunday, Jimmy's oldest son, now 15, will read 10 names during the memorial ceremony. The last name he'll read, James Lee Connor, his father's.